founder and manufacturer of our Fulvic, and I thought, it's available in New Zealand and Australia now, and it's coming to the US very, very soon, and Canada. So I thought, what better way to bring you this information than to bring on our formulator. So welcome, Reese. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much,
Good.
Christy.
Good. So the goal of our Fun Fact Fridays is to provide, some product knowledge and information to our ISR so that they better understand the product. So speaking of Fulvic, can you just tell us a little bit about what Fulvic is?
Yeah, so Fulvic's derived from an ancient soil seam here in New Zealand. So it's in one of the remotest parts of New Zealand, right down the bottom, probably the closest part of New Zealand that you can get to Antarctica. So yeah, actually about 50, 60 years ago, some people probing the soils, trying to understand the minerals and all the good stuff in nature, stumbled upon humic substances here in New Zealand.
So one of the things, and we've had many conversations about Fulvic in the past, but talk to me a little bit about the quality of the water that you use to make Fulvic.
Yeah, so that's a very, very important part of our process. A lot of trial and error, probably over about 2 to 3 years. We played around with different types of water. And the water that we use at the moment recently won the best tasting water at the Berkeley Water Tasting Awards in America. So it comes from an aquifer and 1 hour from here. So we drive to get the water, and it's 222 meters down and from the source, but very high in silicon and very high in trace minerals as well, which is the same as fulvic. So it's very complementary. And when we're splitting the fulvic out of the soil, we've found that this water does it the best. It's probably the softness of the water that's able to massage the molecule out. So yeah, it's a fun find. Yeah. So when I extract, it's all about the golden color, and it wasn't until we use this particular water that we have a very, very rich extraction come off of fulvic.
And that's one of the questions that I was going to ask you is I've seen numerous Fulvic products and some of them are black in color. So what makes this ours that's this beautiful gold color? What's the difference between the two?
This is a really good fun fact. Yeah, so we take it that extra little bit further. So a lot of products out there, shilajit or humic substances, a lot of people will find that they're black. So we take it one step further past that process. Fulvic's the smallest known molecule to man. So we're taking the fulvic from that black water through to another stage. So yeah, we're just taking it right to the end. And we've found by doing that the benefits to people have just been so much better, because we did back in the day just drink the humic. But that's our byproduct now, and that's what we use for remediating soils and agriculture and animal health. And so it's everything that we take where there's no waste, it's used back in remediating soils or animal health or environmental health. So it's a closed loop. Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned, fulvic having a lot of trace minerals in it, which I love and that's one of the reasons I take it, because so many people are deficient in many trace minerals. So to know that every day, just simply putting in, 3 droppers full into my coffee, I don't notice the taste. And I know that I'm getting those really, really important trace minerals, is fantastic. Talk to us a little bit about the benefits that Fulvic offers.
Yeah, I think with what you were just saying, supplementation, I think it's so important these days. Like in New Zealand, we don't have selenium. We have to supplement selenium, and it's key, key to your bodily functions and your processes. And I kind of look at, and this is not my information, but we're a periodic table. And all of these minerals in our body, they're used for electrolyte purposes, they're used for metabolism. And the more natural trace minerals you can get into your body, than the synthetic ones, you're just going to be operating better. And that's what fulvic does. It comes with a lot of trace minerals, your boron, your iron, your zinc. It's very high in manganese, our fulvic, and manganese is kind of what athletes chase. It depletes in your body, and you need manganese for performance. So that's the beautiful thing about fulvic. It comes with over 50 trace minerals, and they're all naturally occurring. Your coppers and all of those types of essential minerals.
Okay. And I know that there's a big movement going on right now, and you see a lot of information about the things that we eat don't have the same nutritional value. So I always use the example that, naturopaths and physicians have said to me, the eating one apple 40 years ago, you'd have to eat 7 apples to get the nutrition from what you could one apple 40 years ago, because of the pesticides and pollution in the soil. So talk about how fulvic helps us with the cellular absorption and the issues with the soil right now.
Yeah, so I think what we've done to our soils and in our farming processes, why we've lost that nutrient density, is we farm for quantity, not quality now, and the world just has to, because of the increase in population. And that's why organic foods and those types of foods have had a really big run on and a lot of awareness over the last several years. It's that soil that's been turned over and replenished and allowed to settle and rest and replace those nutrients. Because if you just keep pulling from that soil, it's like a sponge. You're just wringing it, it's going to run out. And that's where we always say that we haven't invented anything new with fulvic. We've just found a new form of delivery. We've found an ancient soil seam in a vein that's just abundant with fulvic and all of these trace minerals. And we've just put it into a new delivery system for now, while we hopefully fix our farms and our soils up, through regen farming and those types of, cool practices that are going on now.
Okay, great. So it sounds like if someone takes fulvic, then your cells kind of open up, and it's going to help you absorb the things that you're taking, the things that you're eating, the things that you're drinking, that you're trying to get these beautiful nutrients in your body. It's just going to help that absorption of these key nutrients.
Yeah. It's just like you can't synthesize fulvic. It only comes from nature. A lot of things can be made in a lab, but fulvic, no one's been able to synthesize it, which is great. And with what you're saying, Christy, it goes up to in the body. It goes up and makes the cell membrane more permeable, so it allows the delivery of those nutrients into the cell, because the molecule's so small. And then at the same time, this is the wonderful side of it, is the detox side. It's got an affiliation for heavy metals, so it comes with the molecular structure of it. It takes a positive and a negative charge with it, and our bodies, when we're sick or got inflammation, we're usually carrying around a whole lot of negative charges or a whole lot of positive charges. What fulvic does, it donates an electron or a proton, and it cancels that out. It gives a negative and a positive, or 2 negatives will donate a positive. So that's how it decreases inflammation and just kind of puts the body into equilibrium and kind of a chemical balance. So it's it's very unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have increases cellular absorption. You mentioned that it's an electrolyte. It replaces some trace minerals. You just mentioned that it helps with immunity. I saw, that gut health is something that fulvic really helps with. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So there's a lot of studies around what it does in the gut and the microbiome and how it works in that area. But probably one of the most interesting pieces of feedback that we get is a lot of people become more regular, and it's that digestion that it supports with digesting food and breaking that down. So if you have food in your stomach for more than 3 days, it becomes toxic, and that's where people get very, very sick. Like 4 days without going to the toilet, you're in serious trouble. So that's what. We don't know how it does it. but it's just very good for breaking down food and yeah, allowing you to become more regular.
Okay. Anything else? I know we've discussed natural energy boosts. Any other benefits besides the one that we just kind of touched on?
Um, Yeah, around the immunity side, it's like if you're taking now the supplements, Fulvic's a very good catalyst to be taking those supplements with. If you just want to get more boost of those, those supplements that you're using, because it does, it seriously increases the absorption of those other supplements that you're purchasing, and even just the food that you're eating and what you're drinking. If it's a pizza or something that's not too good, it's gonna grab what's good and help it as a delivery system, and what's bad, it's gonna just help, get rid of. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the really interesting part to me is, we have a lot of fantastic supplements and not only those, but if you choose to be a healthy eater, to know that if you're taking fulvic and then you are eating this big, beautiful salad in front of you, that it's that taking fulvic with it is going to help you actually absorb more of those key nutrients that are lacking a little bit,
yeah,
due to the, pollution and using pesticides. So,
yeah.
in terms of dosing, this is for all of you that are watching. This is the beautiful bottle that NZ FULVIC comes in. It's about 31 servings, and it's super easy, as Reese mentioned. It's golden color. It's this beautiful golden color, and all you're going to do is just put three. I have a mug right here to my left. You just put 3 dropperfuls, which equals 3 mils. And I put it in coffee every day and I don't notice the taste at all. So, I've never taken it just by itself. What type of flavor does fulvic have?
Oh, I love the sour taste of it. They say the bitter the
Right.
better.
So it's a little
Everything's
bit sour.
yeah, a little bit sour, a little bit like apple cider vinegar, but without that added hit and that aftertaste. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just have one down the side of my car, and yeah, and run with that daily. Yeah.
Yeah, and you've had a lot of personal success with it. You say that, you have 3 young boys and your entire family takes fulvic daily and you haven't seen the doctor in years. And so you're a really firm believer that, it does help with that immune side of things.
Yeah, yeah. I've got 3 young boys, like you said, and we've turned up to. They're in primary school and out of primary school, and we've turned up to sporting events, and there's people come up to me going, "Are your kids on that juice again?" So I was like, "Yeah." So I've always dosed them up before sport, just to give them that boost, and yeah, yeah. So yeah, a bit of fun with it as well. But a lot of New Zealand athletes have been on it, racing car drivers. Yeah, there's one guy. He's the top Porsche racer in Asia. He's got the lowest body temperature in his seat when he's driving Porsche and Lamborghini and that. And it's only when he's on fulvic that he's got the lowest temperature. Yeah, but he can't drive without it. And just his cognitive side is very alert. But yeah, we've had rowers and rugby players and yeah, so many athletes that use it for endurance and that as well. But just for every day, yeah, we always say that people say to me, what does it actually do? What do you feel? And I said, oh, I just wake up the next day, being able to go to the toilet easily and flush it out. I said, you just wake up feeling like $1,000,000. Yeah, you just wake up feeling good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, all of you again, NZ Fulvic is currently available in New Zealand and Australia. And again, it sounds like it's true kind of liquid gold with the cellular absorption benefit. It helps take heavy metals out of your system, provides natural energy. It's a fantastic immune booster. It's a natural electrolyte. And I've read a lot that it helps with the cognitive health that you were talking about. So you folks in US and Canada, this is launching this month. So stay tuned. You can purchase it in New Zealand and Australia in the back office with just one bottle, or you can purchase a bundle of 2. It's the same way that it will be for the US and Canada. So stay tuned for some more information on this amazing product. Reese, as always, it's great to talk to you. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Christy. Pleasure.